Dinner carried a heavy silence. She looked across the table at me, her expression hesitant, and asked softly, "Why aren't you saying anything tonight?" I didn't meet her gaze right away. Instead, I pushed the food around my plate, my thoughts twisted into knots. When I finally spoke, my voice came out low, sharp with an edge. "I've just been thinking about what I'll do once the truth finally comes out." Her smile froze, the color draining from her cheeks. The room seemed to sink into stillness. She forced a weak laugh, lifted her glass, and pretended not to understand. "What truth?" Her tone wavered, shaky and uncertain. Leaning back in my chair, I studied her. For months, I had seen the late nights, the flimsy excuses, the unfamiliar scent of cologne on her clothes. I had stayed silent, keeping track of every detail, every lie she thought I'd never notice. "I know," I said quietly, locking eyes with her. The fork slipped from her hand, clattering onto the plate. "Know what?" she whispered, though we both understood exactly what I meant. She had mistaken me for someone too trusting, too blind to catch on. She reached across the table, her hand trembling. "It's not what you think." I pulled my hand back before she could touch me. Weeks of inner conflict had brought me to this moment, whether to confront her, walk away without a word, or make her face the weight of what she'd done. Tonight, I chose to show her I wasn't the fool she assumed. "I've seen the messages," I said flatly. "The late-night calls. The weekends you claimed were spent with your sister. I know his name, where he works, even the hotel you both favor." Her face turned pale. Her lips parted, searching for excuses that no longer mattered. Tears welled and slipped down her cheeks, but I stayed unmoved. "You had the chance to come clean," I said. "Instead, you fed me lies." She begged, swearing it meant nothing, pleading for forgiveness. But betrayal is heavy. It lingers, crushing, and no apology can lift it once it settles. I rose slowly and walked toward the window. "I've already decided what comes next." Her voice cracked behind me. "What do you mean? Are you leaving me?" I didn't answer. Silence was the reply she feared most. For weeks, I had prepared, moving money, securing a place to live, consulting with a lawyer. Every step deliberate. Finally, I turned. "I won't fight you. You can have your freedom, your lover. But you won't have me. Not anymore." Her sobs grew louder. She called it a mistake, begged not to lose me, but her actions had already sealed her fate. I set the house keys on the table. "This place, this life, we built it together. And you chose to throw it away. Tomorrow, you'll see the papers. I'm done pretending." She tried to reach for me again, desperation written all over her face, but I stepped back. Her betrayal had fractured something that could never be repaired. Yet, beneath the hurt, I felt clarity. For months, I had doubted myself, second-guessed my worth. Now the truth was undeniable, and strangely, it gave me strength. "Please don't do this. We can fix it," she whispered. I shook my head. "You can't repair what you've already destroyed." The food sat untouched, growing cold, like the marriage that had withered long before tonight. I headed for the door. She followed, sobbing, gripping my arm, but when I looked at her, I saw only a stranger. The woman I once loved had buried herself beneath lies. Stepping outside, the air felt cleaner, sharper, like I had been holding my breath for months and finally released it. The road ahead would be difficult, but it would be mine, free of her deceit. I didn't scream. I didn't seek revenge. My silence, my choice to walk away, would cut deeper than anger ever could. She would sit at that table long after I was gone, replaying my words. "I've just been thinking about what I'll do when the truth comes out." Now she knew. Because what I did was simple. I left. And I never looked back.